episode 149, Retro Gaming Time. Joey, your theme pick today.
Yes,
how you doing?
my
What
theme
is
pick
it?
today? Toys.
Very timely. Nice little December topic there.
Yep, exactly. I guess one toy is in both games.
You're right. Definitely. For sure. Okay. Yeah, December's here. End of the year. We got one more podcast after that, and that's it for us for a little while. Till the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Colin, how you doing?
Better. The big leaf bag rush at work is over, so I finally have my regular weekends back. But unfortunately, due to some drama involving the new union, I'm now stuck working 14-hour days every single work day. And
Is that Monday through Friday, or does that also include weekends?
It's Tuesday through Friday.
Okay. Yuck.
And
14
on top
hours?
Of yeah. I can barely get 5 hours of sleep at night.
It doesn't sound right.
But union meeting happens in January.
So what if you just decide, I'm not going to work 14 hours?
They'll throw me out on my ass.
Well, they'll fire you because you can't physically handle that, or, there are reasons. No?
Well, everyone else keeps calling out sick.
Well, I mean, that's what ends up happening. You can't physically just keep that up. That's bad. Right?
I can't make that excuse because I keep being given pickers. Because they're guys who don't have license to drive our trucks, so they're the ones doing all the physical labor, so...
I don't know. There always comes the point when, even at my own job, where it's just like, guys, I gotta go home. I'm exhausted. I can't do this. I'm physically unfit now, or mentally drained. There's always a thing. And if they fire you, you can sue them.
Well, regardless, I still need the overtime pay.
Well, see, now if you're just looking to make money, that's a different story.
Yeah. I probably told you before, but I got a new vehicle recently, so I need to recoup the costs.
I see. Well, Joey works from home, so he doesn't know what the hard life is like anymore.
Correct.
His hard life is, oh man, do I put extra alcohol in my drink at 9 a.m? Oh man, I don't know. No? You don't feel that way, Joey?
No, I don't have to drink during the work days. Kind of a luxury of working from home. You kind of lose that need of have to have a drink.
Listen to this guy, Colin. He's so well rested and calm.
One day, us garbage men can work from home too, just driving the truck's remote control.
Oh no, then at that point, they just get machines to do it. Be out of the job. Okay, so video games. We've been playing them. I've been playing some. But Joey, you got like an actual topic today. Look at you.
I know. Yeah, I know. Look at me doing something for the show for once.
Hey.
Yeah, just wanted to talk about Diablo 4 DLC pricing that they did a survey about.
Okay.
And it's stupid. So they, I guess, I don't know who they sent the survey out because I didn't get it. They asked if the players will be willing to pay $50, $70, $80, or $100 for a DLC package.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Who the fuck wants to pay $100 for a DLC package?
Fortnite players?
And why is $50 the cheapest for a DLC?
That's a good question. It's a phenomenal question.
I guess when the game's $70 and people don't want to play it anymore, they gotta make money somehow by fucking over the people who are still there. But $100 for DLC? Would you ever pay $100 for a DLC?
What's it even like consist of?
So based on Kotaku, the $100 package would include new hero skins for all classes.
Okay, so attire.
A new unique non-horse mount with dynamic features.
Non-horse mount, so what, like a dragon?
I have no idea. Considering right now everything's a horse and you run faster, and then each class has a skill to dismount with an attack. So I wonder what else could be added. In-game premium currency, so you can buy more cosmetics,
So
but probably not
buy
enough.
More shit. Okay.
Probably not enough to really get what you want. So then you have to spend a little more.
Right.
And a pair of cosmetic wings.
So there's no actual like game additive.
Well, there's the DLC itself, but everything else now it's just. I mean, depending on what the dynamic features are of the horse, it's all cosmetic and worthless.
Okay, so what's like this is it extra story? Like, what is the DLC content actually trying to get you?
No idea.
So you don't even know. We don't know.
Battle Pass. Okay, let's see. Interesting. There's a sign. Blizzard is testing what people care about and how much they're willing to pay. Not all higher price tiers come with an included premium battle pass or early access to the DLC, so they might be doing like 3 days early to get the DLC content.
Okay, so pay extra to get it early.
Yeah, I mean, I get that with when the game rolls out, but for DLCs, that sounds like a nightmare to handle on the dev side of things.
I understand it from a financial point.
I get
like
that.
If people are willing to pay extra just to get it a few days early, it's kind of like a why not.
I get that for when the game comes out, but for DLCs, I don't get it.
I mean, if you could do it for games, I can see why you'd do it for DLC. I guess I'd have to look at like how big the DLC is with things like an actual story.
Yeah, I don't think they've...
If it's a whole nother game, then it's like $20, $40, $60, depending on how much there is.
I mean, they'll add stuff. If it's anything like Diablo 3, they added a whole new chapter to the story. But it sounds like I think there's another class that's supposed to be coming.
Okay.
But it seems like they held off on things that should have been in the base game that they're now putting in patches. So maybe they held off on other stuff and put it in the DLC.
Okay.
So, I don't know. $100 is stupid. I'll wait for the DLC to get $10.
Yeah, it's much like my opinion on fighting games and they're of the like, where you get X amount of characters at first, and you know it's nothing new. They've been doing it forever, just in different forms. But in the modern society, now you can just hold back characters, which they do on purpose to emphasize funding and balancing characters out and whatnot. But like, I always point back to the Street Fighter game when it came out. It had like 8 characters, something, and then over time, you've spent like $200 on the game just to get all those characters, and that's just maddening to me. Where you'd almost feel less ripped off if they just came out with different editions every year, which they eventually do, but when it's all in your face, where it's like, hey, anyways, that's a long-winded thing I've talked about for years. I actually did buy a DLC for a game recently.
What game?
I bought the Forbidden West DLC, the Burning Shores. Black Friday sale. It's a $20 DLC, but eventually they always go on sale for at least the popular games. And I bought the DLC for Zero Dawn. Bought the DLC for this one for, I think it was like $6 on Black Friday.
So I didn't even know they had a DLC. How was it?
I mean, it's more of the game, more story, different. It's the same deal as Zero Dawn. So I'd recommend it if you liked Forbidden West.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, for $6, that's more than enough content for me. $20, I'm like, not really. So, I never even got the Control DLC. I never went through with that. I never saw it on sale or anything.
You're missing out, man.
Yeah, the DLC is good.
I haven't beat all of them. I think I'm halfway through one of them.
Bummer for me. Maybe I gotta open up my PlayStation app here, which PlayStation's in some shit now with, and they're not the only ones where there are online stores or services where the digital content you have bought such as movies, TV shows, music, games, list goes on of just these variety sites. And over the last month or so, it's very noticeable that they're deleting the content from the libraries, and even if you bought them, you can't keep them. So it's finally starting to happen, where you don't actually own, or there's disclaimers that clearly no one ever reads. Why would you? It's like 30 pages long all the time. But you're essentially spending premium money to rent things. It's always been a fear of mine.
Well, that's pretty much anything that you download. If you look at any of the fine print,
right?
Even like any digital thing that you own belongs on that platform. If the platform goes away, so does that. If they lose the license to it, sometimes you can keep it, sometimes you can't.
Yeah, it's
that's what happened with Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, until what was it? Strictly Limited Games or one of those services came out with the physical copy re-release.
Yeah, and then more recently, I think it was on. It's now on Nintendo's eShop now. I'm not sure if it's returned to PlayStation or Xbox, but at the very least, it's on Switch now. So it's not a collector's item anymore for now.
All right, here we go. Control expansion or season pass. Okay, they're down to $10 and $15 now. I remember when it was 20 and 30. I think that's what it was going for when we were talking about it when the game came out. It's got an Alan Wake expansion that's $10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sick. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I bought Alan Wake too.
Have you gotten a chance to play it yet in your 14-hour work days that are destroying your soul slowly from the inside out?
I've played a little bit so far. It was just last weekend. I played like maybe half an hour to an hour, and for now it's mostly the walking around and investigating stuff that Remedy is known for. Hasn't gotten quite into the action-y parts, but a dude did get brutally murdered by a cult and had his heart cut out of his chest.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's some major intrigue going on there. Don't know what Alan himself is up to. Right now we're just with this new character, FBI agent.
Oh, here we go.
See
Control Season Pass, $15. It includes both the Foundation and the Alan Wake expansion. It's actually not bad.
Go for it.
Yeah, I might, Oh, I got so many games to play. It's so much.
You're telling me.
Fuck. Alan Wake 2, The Darkness is coming 3 days ago. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get to Alan Wake 2 for this calendar year. So much other shit to do and not 300s to bowl. You know the drill, Joey. Okay. Click, 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 Colin. What are you doing? Drinking tea over there?
Coffee.
Coffee? Ooh, okay. All right. So here's a question. There was before I go into what games I've been playing. There's a video I saw yesterday, and you just reminded me of this. It's so funny. It's a comedy sketch of a guy walks into like a bubble tea place, right?
Okay.
And he goes, "All right, I will have an herbal tea, please." And she's like, "What flavor?" And he goes, "All right, I'll have jasmine." And she goes, "All right, what kind of boba do you want? Tapioca balls?" And he's like, "Nah, I don't need those like sugar diabetes things. I'll just take the tea." And she's like, "We can't do that." He's like, "Yes, you can. I see the tea separate from the tapioca balls behind you. Could you please just, ring me up a tea? She's like, no way. Impossible. I'm like, oh my God, I've been through this like 80 times just this calendar year. It's so annoying. I'm like, it's like ordering a burger but nothing on it, and people look at you like you're insane. It's like, can I just have a burger and a bun for once, please? Well, no, we can't ring it up that way. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So you get a boba tea you can't get it without the tapioca?
No, well, it's a comedy joke, comedy sketch of just these places that can't. It's like my Wendy's story. I have the deal. Your app's down. Could you please just ring me up for the thing with the thing? Like, you have your coupon sheet there. Just do that. And they're like, no, it's impossible. I can't fucking provide the customer what they want. That's just out of the question. So he goes. All right, fine. Just, you know what? Mental health day. Just give me the fucking tapioca balls with my jasmine tea. She's like, great. There's the app. Sign it up. And he's like, that's okay. I don't want to sign the app. Here's a card. We don't take cards. Or there's a $10 minimum. And he's like, the funny part of the sketch is every time she goes back with him, he's got one of those Fitbits on that monitors his heart rate, and it keeps beeping. And he's like, he just looks at it, he's like,
you cut out.
Yeah. So he's like, deep breath. Okay. All right. Well, fine. I'll download your stupid app. Or no. Before that, he goes, all right, how about this? We'll streamline this. Here's some cash. Just give me my drink. And she's like, we don't take cash. We only do card or the app. The heart rate goes off again. He's like, oh my God. He's like slowly going insane. Like, it is becoming that in this world, and it's really funny and also frustrating.
Yeah.
So that's what that just reminded me of. God. No, we can't sell you this thing that's clearly sellable, but you have to go through all these hoops and shit to get there. It's like, oh, slowly kill me. Sometimes there is such thing as too much technology.
Yeah.
Because I went to a store in Vermont recently, and I have to go there again tomorrow, where I wanted to order a sandwich, and it was literally just an iPad in front of them. And if I didn't want to pay an extra $3, I had to download their app, sign up, and then get the code where now it's what it's selling at their listed price. Needless to say, I just walked out. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
That's a little ridiculous. I can see not taking cash because cash is dirty, and then you have to have cash registers with cash on hand. So not taking cash makes sense, but to have an app just to make it $3 cheaper for the actual price is fucking stupid.
Well, the more I pay attention to it, because I just haven't really paid attention to these things almost ever, the more I pay attention to these things, the more I realize that, oh my God, they're really upping prices in stores to make you get their app, so then the items you're buying are actually more affordable. And maybe that's just happened the last year or two because of the hiked up inflation prices that they keep claiming when it's just price gouging over and over again. It's absolutely maddening.
Especially since inflation has flatlined and started coming down, but prices haven't.
Yeah, weird how that works, right? Oh, okay. You can raise your prices, but you won't make them. You won't lower them. Okay, all right. So, anyways, I've been playing Mario 7 Stars remake. Fantastic. I'm on the final boss area. I'm gonna probably beat this game in the next 24 hours. I've loved it. I just realized that there's a lot more in-depth things I could have done in the game that I just didn't realize because, well, it's kind of only the second time I played through it, and the remake makes it better. So, again, very enjoyable, and I've almost beaten Mario Wonder. Definitely not in my favorite Mario games of all time. Definitely not up there. It's extremely well made. I like the extra challenges in each level that you can do. There's always the Wonder Seed challenge part of each level, which is really fun. They do it through every single level in the game, which is kind of insane. There's badge challenge levels, which I think they could have done a lot more with, to be honest. The game definitely feels more on the easier side, even the quote-unquote harder levels. One thing that's very noticeable, especially in modern Mario games, is, especially in games like this where it's the 2D, they give you the upgrades like right away in levels and very frequently, whereas kind of, well, let's take Super Mario 3 for example, where they're a lot more scarce throughout the levels, so it's much easier to die and the challenge is there. So it's definitely more kid friendly, as I'll call it, in the modern era.
That was kind of like Super Mario Brothers.
Kind
You would
of.
even have like levels where you would just get like the cape just right there waiting for you, and there are secret levels that you could even farm to get like level or 1-ups. So
yeah, the option, there are options to always be there, but in Mario Wonder and probably started, I'll just kind of arbitrarily put it at Mario Brothers Wii. What was that? New Super Mario Brothers Wii? I think that's what they called it. That's kind of where it started, and it's very much more prevalent now. Maybe someone's got some stats out there I can look at to kind of prove this theory and feeling I have. But very fun game, very well made. Not one of my games of the year by any means, but I'm very happy I have it, and I'm playing it, and it's a nice little nighttime game, for sure. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to beat these two, and then I will go back to... I'll probably beat Final Fantasy 16. I think that's what I'll go back to. I put that game on hold, like, at the halfway point. So. What about you guys? Joey?
Still just City Skylines 2, which there's unofficial mods out right now because they don't have official mod support yet, that I'm probably going to grab because they make the game way better. And then Remnant 2, which DLC came out, which I haven't got yet because I want to try to beat the boss on the second hardest difficulty before I think about buying the DLC.
Is this the same red photo boss?
Yes. So I've been going through on the second hardest level on a game by myself just to see if I can solo the boss. If adding 2 other players just makes it ridiculously too hard, because that game loves to just add a shit ton of health when you have other people on your team.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just trying to see if like maybe it's just 3 people and not the boss being super dickish. But I'm leaning still towards the boss being super dickish. But even without buying the DLC, I get an extra 20 skill points, so that's nice. But I've already maxed that out. So yeah, I'll be chugging along in that game eventually until I rage quit.
That's always a good saying. I'm gonna be in on this until I rage quit. It's like when what was that game with the dude in the cauldron and the sledgehammer? What was that game called? Colin, do you remember?
I know what game you're talking about. I
Not
just
really.
forget the name. Is it?
Oh, I'm trying to think of the name. I know which game you're talking about.
Is it like
the guy
Get Over It or something?
Get
like
Over
that?
It.
Yes.
Yeah. With whatever the
Bennett
fuck that guy's name
Foddy.
was. Yeah, Bennett Foddy. Yeah, was the name. Yeah. God, people
Guy who
playing
made
that game
Q-Wop.
was fucking hilarious. God. It's just
Yeah.
how long until they rage quit? It's like start the clock.
Yeah. Well, Markiplier managed to beat it.
Yeah, after he like lost his goddamn mind for just
Mhm.
ages. I think he played it twice and lost his mind twice.
Yeah.
God. Oh, that shit's so funny. Okay. Colin, how about you?
Well, I finally beat the messenger.
Oh, long time coming. Here we go. All right.
Yeah.
How was the ending?
Yeah, it was a little weird. It's like this whole backstory to the villain came out of nowhere, and then you go through this music box stage and then defeat him, and then turns out it was all a story told by the shopkeeper to another messenger. It was a little weird. But I'm still glad I played the whole thing. Took about 15 hours. Way longer than I expected, but then again, I was going around trying to collect all the power seals to get the secret item, which turned out to be a boomerang shuriken. It's up to the player whether it was worth it or not. But
Okay.
I still look forward to seeing how it connects to Sea of Stars in the future. And I bought Myth Force for Black Friday. Played it for like 10 or 15 minutes, and I was just like, boring. I mean, they nailed the whole Saturday morning cartoon aesthetic with it. Like, it did feel like a successor to like Thundercats and He-Man and all that, but aside from that, it just wasn't very interesting. What was interesting, though, was Dave the Diver.
Oh,
yes,
did
Joe,
you start
did it? Yep. You hooked me in. No pun intended.
Dave the Diver is an amazing game.
Yes, it is. Yep. I started off playing the demo, and it was so much fun, I bought it for full price because I felt like it deserved it.
Fuck yeah. That's the way to go. Yeah. As soon as I get a gap in my gaming, which is probably never going to happen, but that's on my short list. It didn't go on sale during Black Friday, but that was when I was hoping to hop on it.
Yeah, the game has so much going on, but it all flows together really well.
And it's just gradual. It's like it doesn't hit you with everything at once. It's like, let's just slowly add things so you don't really notice that you have all this shit to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Good progression design? Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like half diving simulator and half management simulator.
Mm-hmm.
And it all works really well. It's the same kind of addiction that hooked me into Stardew Valley, and that's a good thing.
Ooh.
So I most definitely look forward to playing more of that. I played a little bit more of Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yep.
And just beat the big greenhouse and movie studio floors. I don't know if you remember those, JD.
I remember the movie studio, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a puzzle. There's this director ghost who wants his red megaphone back, and then you got to go to all the different movie sets to collect these items that will lead to getting the megaphone, because it's all webbed up in a big cardboard box. So you need to figure out how to get some fire to it. First thing you do is get a water bucket, bring it to this horror movie set where you put it in a well, and then this fake ghost pops up with it full of water, and then you got to warp through the TVs to bring the water to a medieval siege set where you pour it on a plant that instantly grows into a vine that you can climb to get a torch that's got fire in it, and then you bring that to the megaphone. It's one of those fetch quests, but it doesn't go on too long. And then it ends with a big Godzilla-style kaiju battle with a ghost in a Godzilla suit. And then you and Gooigi together have to use the blowing function of the vacuum cleaner to blow the attack right back at him. So that was a pretty fun boss fight. Next up is the Museum of Supernatural History. So I look forward to seeing how that goes.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Luigi's Mansion 3 and whatnot when it first came out. You got me curious over like future releases for the Switch coming up, and it's a lot of remakes, a lot of re-releases that I'm seeing. Luigi's Mansion 2 stands out, and there's a Prince of Persia game coming out in January. I have a bad feeling about that. I don't think that's going to do so well.
Well, there's still Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door.
That's the big one for next year. It'd be foolish not to get that like immediately.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. I'm gonna quickly look up. Someone keep talking. I'm gonna quickly look up PS5 upcoming releases because I don't think there's a whole lot on the horizon.
Upcoming games.
I haven't seen any.
Because Spooderman came out. The Alone in the Dark remake was postponed. I guess Tekken 8's the big one. Yeah, I'm not really... I mean, I have games like...
You don't think Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is a game to look forward to?
I do not. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for sure is one of them. I'm looking at City Skylines.
Tekken 8.
Yeah, and then it's just a lot of games that who knows when they'll come out kind of situation. I got games bookmarked, but for the foreseeable future, it's nothing that kind of strikes my interest. But maybe something will come out of nowhere like Liza P. That'll hook me in tremendously. Pretty sure that's going to be my vote for Game of the Year, even though it's on like no one's shortlist.
Yeah, I think Dave the Diver is going to be my Game of the Year.
Maybe I'll give that a vote based on you guys. And your very important opinions. Okay. I have... Oop, that is not the right folder. I guess we'll get into our 2 games that Joey chose.
Yes, I apologize for one of them.
No, come on. Well, sort of. Maybe. All right. Let me play this and we can get started. Okay. Almost done with my coffee here. My media player sucks. It needs a little... Okay, Joey. You're up, my man.
Okay. Yes. Diving into World of Toys. And what better game than Toy Story? It was developed by one of 4 developers. Traveler's Tale, Psygnosis, and then Tiertex did Game Boy, and Disney did Windows. Then it was published by like 800 different people. Game came out in 95, 96 time, and it's for the Super Nintendo. And outside of hit detection, I like this game.
There's also a Genesis version that came out like a month prior.
Yeah, it came out like a week prior for NA. Because that's the 22nd of November, and then Super Nintendo 1 came out in December.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, yeah. What I also really loved about this game is like none of the levels were the same.
Everything was different. There's supposedly 17 levels, but the game is fucking difficult because of the hit detection.
Yeah, hit detection is hard. And I stopped playing after the 3rd level because I couldn't get past it with hit detection and maybe being on emulator and it being worse. But then I watched a video of it and I remember every level. So I think as a kid, I beat this game.
Oh, no. You're like, oh, I remember this. Oh boy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe not. I was like, nope, I remember this level. I remember this level. Oh, I remember getting pissed off at this part. So, and one of my favorite levels is the Doom level.
Oh, the first person mode. Yeah. I saw that.
It's Doom music and everything, but the hit detection is something so terrible. Like your stringing attack. Sometimes you have to get it with the little, I guess, circle that you pull the string out of Woody's back on for it to hit. But other times you can hit it with any part of the string for it to work, and it's just annoying.
Yeah. For those wondering, what Joey's talking about here is the sprite of Woody in this game is so large. He takes up a great deal of real estate on the screen. And the issue with that is it's not very, and because of that, the screen's also not very wide. So very often in levels, just shit things, enemies will just pop out of nowhere, and there's just no time or realization to avoid it. And
they don't really touch you, but then you get hit anyway.
You get hit anyways, yeah.
You have like a square around you, so it doesn't matter that you actually didn't really touch them.
Right. While I turned on the Genesis version, and it's a little bit more zoomed out, so it's a little better. But when it comes to like the color palette and resolution, it's much worse. Because this game tried to go for a CG-esque looking thing, much like the movie did when that came out, and it was very revolutionary. So there's a very good game in here, but
yeah,
I hated Woody's jump. The jump was so floaty and weird, and he's like flailing around, and it was just so often and too often I just couldn't actually get to a platform. And just
the worst for me was the slinging and trying to catch the hooks so you can get to the next platform. That was just painful.
Yeah,
for me the worst was those. For me, the worst part was those really low platforms that are just out of reach of your jump.
Yeah, they love the.
That was super frustrating for me.
It's a lot of backtracking in these. You gotta get on a ball to go backwards if you want to get all the stars. If not, you can just burn through these levels pretty quick.
I did like the idea, and some other, I think Arrow the Acrobat was kind of like this. That's the first game that kind of came to my mind. But in Toy Story here, each level begins with an objective rather than just go left to right and finish.
Yeah.
Like the objective is to get to a bucket and unleash the army heroes, and then it's almost like a little puzzle to try to get them to, essentially you're mimicking the movie in ways, which is nice. I did like that. So if you're familiar with the movie, you kind of know what ideas you need to do in order to complete the levels. So backtracking among level and going to different parts of it was very much part of it, and that's how you finish. You just complete the objective. There's a little race car level, which is neat.
Also
Joey,
super annoying, though, because of the battery.
Yeah, you gotta constantly do it. Buzz Lightyear is the bane of everyone's existence in this game. He is incredible. Did you get to the Buzz Lightyear kind of boss fight?
No, but the first boss is super easy. The second boss fight is annoying as hell.
Yeah, the Buzz Lightyear one is ridiculous.
Buzz is the first two bosses.
Right.
First one is easy because you just have to kind of dodge his laser that he goes, okay, here it comes. So you have enough time to get out of the way.
The issue I had with the Buzz Lightyear fight is his sprite is also ginormous.
Yeah, you just have to kind of stay at the range of your whip attack, and then you should be fine.
So I'm looking at this going, is this supposed to be like a mimic of Godzilla versus King Kong here? Because they're massive, takes up the entire screen, and it's like, dodge this. I'm like, where?
Well, because the laser is actually tiny, so it's easy to get around it. And you just either have to move to the right or left a little bit or duck, and you can get around the laser.
Okay.
And it gives you plenty of time to get away from that. The second time you face him is annoying as hell because he's moving around and you have to hit a tire onto him.
Okay, that's the one I'm talking about. That is
that's
horrid. That one's even worse.
Yeah, no, that fight's hard as shit.
Yeah, because, okay, so for those that don't know, Colin, did you get this far? I wouldn't blame you if you didn't.
No, I barely played half an hour of it. I think I only got as far as like the Rex, riding on Rex bit.
Yeah, where you have to avoid all these shits flying at you. Anyways, what Joey alluded to here, no, he just straight up mentioned, it's you versus Buzz Lightyear, and not only is he kind of flying around super fast, you also have to avoid this random tire falling from the screen out of nowhere with very little real estate to actually dodge it. And the thing is, you have to dodge it and wait for the tire to stop before you can come into contact with it. So yes, you can get hurt by the tire coming down that you need, that is pivotal to beat the Buzz Lightyear boss fight. Because what happens is Buzz Lightyear's lost his goddamn mind, and you have to trap him within this tire that you're hitting around with your silly string pull string that will go in the air at some point somehow, and you gotta hope and pray that Buzz just happens to like run into it at the right time. This is where I rage quit out of the game. And I was like, okay, where's emulator cheats where I can just play a different areas of the game to see?
Well, and that's not even the hardest boss. I think the claw is even harder.
I saw a video of the claw. What was it?
You have to hit the aliens up to hit it, and then you have to stop it from, like, you pretty much have to hit it just so it doesn't do damage to you, and then when it grabs Buzz, you have to hit it so it loses a coin. I think you have to do it like 5 or 6 times.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
And then it sometimes goes low, so sometimes you just got to get hit. Other times it like goes up and down. It's just really annoying, especially with the hit detection. So yeah, I think that one's the worst, but this second Buzz is a tough fight.
Yeah, there's certainly a good game in here, but there's a lot of flaws of the 90s that are very prevalent throughout it. Feels cheap in a lot of ways. We don't want you to rent this and beat it in one sitting now. It's one of those.
Yeah.
And I hate how you don't get your health back between levels.
Oh no! Why would you do that?
The game.
There are some random stars in random levels that give you a star back.
Oh yeah, that helps so much.
It's like one. Yeah, so you get like 3 hits, and there's no continues.
Yeah, you have your hats, so that's it, and then you're like, oh fuck. Yeah, no, the game's hard.
Game's hard as shit.
But I think it's unique.
It's definitely unique. I wonder how much this game goes for. Hold on. I'm going to look this up.
And I will say the graphics are really good. Maybe even better than Donkey Kong Country's. But...
well...
at least for the SNES version.
SNES version certainly is. Alright, Toy Story. How much be you? Oh boy. Okay, there's a lot of games with toy in it. Toy Story 0, Toy Story Super Nintendo, $10. Is it worth $10? Yeah, I think it might be worth $10.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm about 50-50 on passing or failing, with leaning with the pass. I think the levels being unique enough outweigh the shitty ass hit detection, so I'm gonna give it a slight pass.
I will give it a fail because of how borderline impossible it is.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fail it.
That's understandable. All right, the second one, and I'm sorry.
It's a 3DO game. Yay!
Army Men's Sarge's Heroes for Nintendo 64. I guess PlayStation and Dreamcast as well, and then later Windows.
Yeah, no, the N64 version was what I played. Let's go.
That's what I played, yes. Developed and published by the 3DO company, which is why this game sucks.
No, come on, you're crazy.
I don't know if it's because emulator and I don't have an N64 controller, but aiming anywhere was painful. I just had to run around in circles until I was able to get the enemy in a close enough range to shoot them. So this game was just painful.
No. You're talking nonsense. This game was actually really fun.
Painful.
Really fun. And if we were playing together, we'd play multiplayer mode and have a great time.
I used to love this game. That's why I was like, "Ooh, let's look back at this." No,
see,
this game
you're
sucks.
compromised because you see the 3 the digit and 2 letters together of 3DO, and then you just get like these flashbacks that just cause pain. That's where you're at.
No, this game just sucks. And the first mission is a rescue mission, and I got through and killed everyone, but fucking the guy died right before he killed the last enemy, so I had to start the whole mission over again.
Look, man, you gotta save him better.
No, he just needs to not be a little bitch.
It's not your fault. No, it is your fault. It's not the game's fault because you're just not getting good enough.
Yeah, well, all I know is every time we play a 64 game, it makes me realize that the Nintendo 64 was the worst mainstream console.
Oh my god, that's just, that's just like Kevin.
I think maybe the only other one that I could argue is worse is the Wii U.
Well, the Wii U just didn't sell very well.
Yeah, and because there was no reason to get it because you already had the Wii. Like, it was a useless console, but I think the 64 just sucks. There's like a handful of good games, and then everything else was shit.
Well, the Wii U had a lot of shovelware, but that, well, console kind of doesn't. There's a lot of good games on the Wii U. I loved it. I love the Wii U.
Well, then you're making my point. The 64 is the worst of the mainstream.
Oh, companies. I'm not arguing that. I think the N64 is incredibly overrated.
Like, because it's being carried by like 4 or 5 really good games, and then everyone forgets about all the other shit that was in it.
Name those 4 games.
I'm gonna guess. Let's see, Brawl. Was it Brawl or?
Yeah. Well, it was Smash Bros.
Well, Smash Bros. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one.
Let's see, Zelda games.
We'll count that as one.
Yeah, because they're pretty much the same.
Ocarina of Time,
and Majora's Mask, which pretty much was the DLC of it. See what else? GoldenEye, because I know everyone was playing
GoldenEye. Yep. Okay, that's 3. Well, come on. The obvious one's Mario 64.
Oh yeah, Mario 64. Yeah. I mean, was there other Mario games for 64? Was Sunshine on 64? Was that?
No, that's GameCube.
GameCube. Okay. Yeah. So like, it has some really good games on the top.
You did name 4. Okay. Let me pull up my little list here. Let's see if we can't get. See if we can't
Perfect
get.
Dark was good, but that's the same thing as like GoldenEye. That was just a futuristic GoldenEye.
Is Mario Kart 64?
Mario Kart 64. That's 5.
Love that one.
That's 5. Got the 5. What about Banjo-Kazooie? Counting that as 6.
Okay. Yeah.
Did we say Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
We counted the 2 Zelda games as 1.
Okay.
Oh no, is that it? Oh, Mario Party. You want to do 7? You want to say that's 7?
Yeah.
And then after that, it looks like it's a lot of just, can you get to 10 being like personal favorites from things like Diddy Kong Racing, F-Zero X, let's see, Paper Mario 64, Perfect Dark you mentioned.
Star Wars Rogue Squadron?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. So it's the wrestling games. So you can get to 10, but I think we kind of tapped out at like 6 or 7. Truly good, like everyone must have games. Wow, N64. That's rough, bro.
So yeah, I really hated this game.
So I actually really liked this game quite a lot. I thought the single player mode was really fun. I'm a big fan of third-person shooters, much more so than first-person. It has an auto-target system in it, Joey.
Yeah, I know, but it was more getting it to where the auto-target would be on the screen.
So, I don't know. I had an N64 controller. It was fine.
I didn't, so it just...
Yeah, C buttons,
I was playing with an Xbox. So it was painful.
Look! It's green guys versus tan guys, and the tan guys don't like the fact that you're green.
Yeah,
some racist commentary going on here in this 3DO game.
Yeah, this game was terrible.
No, it was good. Like the levels changed enough between each one. You had your clear objectives. 10 guys to destroy. There was a pretty cheap level later where you have to fight a tank and you have to try to destroy it before it shoots like once at you. It just blows you to smithereens. But checkpoints were very very generous. I think the game looks great, especially if you get the expansion pack in there, which I do. I took that out for one. I'm like, whoa, that got real blurry, real blocky, real quick. Colin, are you team green or team tan?
I I didn't get a chance to actually play it, but I watched a YouTube video. I remember playing it at my friend's house way back when. I mean, we played mostly the multiplayer versus mode, and I remember enjoying it. So, yeah, I'm more on the side of I like this one.
Hey, see, Joey? Got a good 3DO game. What? Okay, is it good enough for, like, let's say $15?
No.
You don't think so?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay, so it's a yes. If what would you put it, like $10 tops?
I wouldn't
$7
pay
maybe.
anything for it.
Well, there's a PlayStation.
Yeah,
version.
fun fact.
Fun fact.
How much does that go for?
$8.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, for the fun fact, Jim Cummings actually did all the voices for the male soldiers. If you're wondering who he is, he's the voice of Pete from Disney, Winnie the Pooh, and Darkwing Duck, among several others.
See, Joey, excellent voice acting in the game as well.
No.
Yes. Would you say Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time has terrible controls?
I don't
The
think so.
controls were better than this.
I don't know. They seem like very similar to me. That's the same thing. Jump, latch,
And they're
drop, dodge, roll, strafe. It had all those things. I think you were playing an inferior version because you didn't have the right controller.
Could be.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm grading off of. So I'm failing this.
Oh, I am insulted. I like this game quite a lot, actually. So, like all the, I liked the difference in weapons throughout levels.
I did like all the weapons. That was one of the things I did enjoy, but I hate everything else.
Bummer. Okay. Well, I'm passing this game.
Pass it.
All right. So our two games were Toy Story, the video game, and Army Men Sarge's Heroes. SNES and N64. What versions we played, I suppose.
Quick question.
Okay. What's up?
Toy Story is a pretty damn good movie game. Better than most movie games I can think of.
Lion King? Aladdin? I wouldn't put it up there with those.
Fair enough.
Is it decent? Sure. Like I said, there's a good game in the Toy Story game. It's just fix the sprite and the jump.
Just fix the game.
Just fix the basics of the game. No big deal.
And make it easier to get health. And have continues.
Let's have continues, yeah. Let's not... I suppose you could just emulate it, but that's kind of cheapening the game.
Yeah.
All right, favorite, least favorite. Colin, you go first, sir. And your tears.
By default, I think Army Men is my favorite.
Yes. Colin loves the 3DO now. I knew it.
Only the 3DO company.
All right. I don't know. Trip Hawkins helped design the game. He's 3DO guy through and through.
Yeah, but it wasn't on the 3DO, so it doesn't count.
Look, man, it could have been.
If the 3DO didn't crash,
could have been, but it wasn't.
Re-release this game for the 3DO. Come on, let's do it. Let's go. I don't think that would work because the 3DO controller doesn't have enough buttons. All right, your tears?
Yeah, I'm giving... I'll give them both C's.
Okay, double C. I will go next. Army Men was my favorite, by far, easily. I'm giving Army Men a C, and I'm giving Toy Story a D.
Toy Story was my favorite.
Okay.
I'm giving it a C.
Oh.
And Army Man, I'm giving an F.
What? Oh.
Fuck the 3DO.
That's a bit extreme.
Oh, man. So a C for Toy Story, and Joey punts the rating down to a D. Ugh.
Take that,
Man.
3DO.
Brutal. I might change my pick from the last cast to a 3DO game. Maybe I don't want to play one of my favorite games that we've ever covered on a podcast again. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to play a 3DO game. I don't think we'd played 3DO back then. Hold on.
I don't think you did.
No.
Yes. Yes, there was one.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I want to play that, though. Ooh. There's two.
One.
There's three. Oh, God, that game was hilarious. Oh, there's a lot. Look at that. Look at them all. No, I don't want to play
Well,
it.
that's... Yeah.
I don't want to play any of those again. Look, man, 3DO is a rough console.
Well, they also made a rough game, so...
Well, they made some rough stuff, but Army Men was good. I don't know what you're talking about. I liked it. All right, so our next cast is A Look Back, where we look back and play 4 games from 2017 before Colin or Joey even joined the podcast. So it's going to be all new to them. And then we're reliving some old games here, even in terms of our cast. A very special way to end the year. It's episode 150, so it's kind of the exception to the rule kind of thing. Don't expect too many episodes like this, but or like that coming up. Looking forward to it. It'll be a nice little reminiscent podcast. See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.